Welcome to the 1204. I would have made this video 4 months ago, but I was extremely busy. When it comes to men who make red pill content, you know the type of men that lambast the so-called modern day woman. When it comes to those types of men, nothing surprises me anymore. Those guys are a bunch of hypocrites. Because if you look at the type of woman that these men lambast, and if you look at the type of woman that these guys are romantically involved with, these men are literally with the same, they are literally romantically involved with the same woman who they lambast, with the same type of woman they lambast. For those of you who are familiar with my previous channel, you would have heard me talk about a British red pill YouTuber who goes by the name King Riches. King Riches is a prime example of a red pill hypocrite. King Riches is a man who has made hundreds of videos lambasting women with tattoos and why he would never date a woman with a tattoo or tattoos. He had a lot to say about women with tattoos. He also spoke about women with Instagram pages and how if you're a woman and you have an Instagram page, it means you are advertising yourself for other men. He even spoke about women who take sexy pictures, bikini pictures, women who do certain poses, women whose Instagram page is open for all to see. King Riches was in a relationship with a woman who not only had tattoos, but had an Instagram page with very revealing sexy pictures, bikini pictures. And I called him out on it, and obviously no response at the time. Then you look up Fresh and Fit. Fresh Prince CEO, Walter. Look at the two women that he has been romantically involved with. Look at the type of women that they lambast on that show. The so-called 304 bimbo. They call those women out every single day on their show. They lambast that woman on a daily basis on their show, the Fresh and Fit podcast. And yet, Fresh Prince CEO, aka Walter, was in some kind of arrangement with a sugar baby that he met on Seeking Arrangements. Not to mention, this guy, quite recently knocked up a typical so-called 304. Got her pregnant. Allegedly. Now I'm going to talk about Cooley from the No Fugazi podcast. And I know this happened over 4 months ago. But this situation should really make you guys think, especially you guys who give money to these idiots to say what they are saying. Now, this Cooley guy, he is very slippery. However, it's obvious that this guy is full of shit. This is a guy that has lambasted single mothers. He has said on numerous occasions that a man of value would not go after a woman with children. Basically, what he has said, that a woman with children is only good for sex. Sex and no commitment. He has said that from his own mouth. And then we find out that this guy was in a relationship, still is in a relationship with a single mother. I know people point out to the fact that that the single mother who is white, who has white children that he has taken on. I don't think that is all that relevant, if I'm honest. But this guy has not only gotten into a relationship with a woman with children, but he has had a child with a woman who has children already. This guy has said on numerous occasions that if you are a single mother, it means you have bad character because you have chosen to be a single mother. And yet here he is. What is it with these men who lambaster these types of women? But they get with these types of women. Let me tell you what it is about. Because I've said it before. The majority of the time, the women they lambaster is the women they go after. See, this reminds me of high school. When a boy finds a girl attractive, and he is mean to that girl because he doesn't know how to express his admiration for that girl. This is what we're seeing here. Because if you talk to those 304s, those so-called 304s on the Fresh and Fit podcast, who are absolutely ripped to pieces on that show. As soon as that camera stops rolling, I will bet my last penny to say that those guys who are doing the lambasting are going to be trying to get with those chicks after. They are going to be bombarding their inboxes, hoping to hook up with those very same chicks. So when you have a King Riches, for a example, don't want to get with a woman with tattoos, doesn't want to get with a woman with an Instagram page and blah blah blah. Fresh and Fit have called out. Sorry, Fresh Prince CEO has called out the type of woman he was with. Sorry, the type of woman he got pregnant, the type of woman he was on that date with. And then you look at Cooley from the No Fugazi in a relationship with a single mother. Not to mention Donovan Sharp and other, do you know what I mean? Other red pill content creators. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if she has tattoos. It doesn't matter if she take pictures on her Instagram, skinning out a blood clot for the world to see. It don't matter. It don't matter if she's a single mother of 5 children. If the woman is attractive enough, if she has sex appeal, these guys are willing to turn a blind eye to what they have been complaining about. Because it doesn't really matter if she has tattoos. It doesn't really matter if she's on Instagram, if she's a party girl, or if she has children. If these guys meet a woman that they find attractive enough, they will bend the rules. This is human nature. Hypocritical, yes, but it's still human nature. Think about it. You see women all the time. See, look, this is why attraction, physical attraction, is very important for both sides, for men and women. You see women out there who will tell you, I will not date a man that makes less than me. I will not date a man that drives a bus. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, if it was O'Shea Duke Jackson driving a bus, then of course she's not going to date O'Shea Duke Jackson. No disrespect to O'Shea Duke Jackson. But he is not a oil painting. However, if it was Jeremy Meeks driving that bus, all of a sudden these women will have no problem dating a man that drives a bus. Jeremy Meeks, he was fresh out of pen, fresh out of jail, and women were throwing themselves at him. Women with money. Women say they will never ever, pay a man's bills or anything like that because it's not masculine, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm going to make a video about what I'm about to mention, and that's Dana with her now ex-husband, Ahmet Patterson. We've seen the malarkey that's going on over there. She said it herself, this man could not even meet me 50-50. And she had to fund his lifestyle. She had to pay his bills. He was living rent-free. He was saving his money and spending hers. And why is that? If you had asked her before she met this Ahmed Patterson guy, she would have said to you, "No way am I doing that for a man." But she met a man that she found attractive enough that she was mad in love with, and then she not only gave up the gash, but she gave up her cash. She gave him the cash and gash. You hear women say they're only going to have a child for a man that's going to marry them. Marry before you carry. If they meet a man that they're attracted to, she will let him hit it raw. And we know women are like that. But men are no different. Do not get it twisted. We look at Tom Likas. This guy was preaching about not getting married. Meanwhile, he was getting married. And I know a lot of those videos came after his 4 marriages, but trust me on this one, even in between the 4 marriages, he was preaching about not getting married. So I am not at all surprised by no fugazi, Cooley with a single mother. Because looking at that woman now, I'm personally not into white women, but but I can see she's attractive. The woman there does have sex appeal, if we're being honest. So you could see why he was willing to go against everything he's been preaching about. Because that's human nature. Same thing with King Riches. Despite this woman being covered in tattoos, despite her having her ass out, literally, on the Instagram page, he still got in a relationship with her. Now, Fresh Prince CEO, just like O'Shea Duke Jackson, is not a oil painting. So those women who he was hooking up with, that Chinese lady, obviously she would have been about the money. And these guys talk about men simping all the time. Meanwhile, they are, well, Fresh Prince CEO, he is the biggest simp. And he went and had sex with her without a rubber, knowing fully well the consequences of that action. Now, why would he do that? Despite what they teach on that show? Well, it's simple. He found her very attractive. And that's all it boils down to. There's a reason why on that on that Fresh and Fit show, that the women there, because they, especially Marion talks about women being a virtuous woman, not sleeping around and blah, 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 and having a low body count or basically a virgin. Listen, if you had a bunch of virgin chicks on that show, a bunch of Mormon chicks, nobody's watching that. Nobody's tuning in to see some frumpy women dressed dressed up like 1950 librarians. Who wants to see that shit? People want to see the sexy women, the 304s. And that's why their ratings are high. Take those women off that page, off that channel. You won't have a show. Men love the 304s. It's as simple as that. They love the 304s. Even that woman, Bonnie Blue, a lot of men have a lot to say about her. I'm telling you right now, that woman, despite shagging 1,000 men in however long it was, I promise you, she will have no problem finding a man. And not just for sex. Because what you guys fail to realize is sex is power. If a woman can find a man that's sexually attracted to her, I'm telling you, she has already won. You can get a woman. She can be a prostitute, a OnlyFans model. She can go on that show. And yes, men will say whatever they will say when the camera's on. When that camera turns off, the so-called simping begins.